and keep you alive, healthy, and living a quality life for a longer time period. Michelle.
I haven't done this in a long time. Great morning, everybody. Okay. I used to be good morning, but now it's a great morning for me. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be brief. And I talked to Pat for like 5 minutes on the phone, and she knew I was long-winded. So this is my plan. I'm gonna read to you my journey up to this point, and then I'll be available for any questions that you might have for me dealing with this disease. All right, and I want to thank everybody for inviting me to be here. Multiple Myeloma Foundation, my husband, and this lovely panel, and all the other people that were here. I'm here for the same reason. I need all the information I can get. I've been doing research ever since I found out. So, get to the point. I was raised in Washington, D.C., near the Maryland line, east of the river and northeast, attended D.C. public schools, graduated from H.D. Woodson Senior High in 1977, went on, attended College of Missouri, and transferred back to Howard University in 1979. As an adult, I worked for the D.C. government and later the U.S. Postal Service, but in 1999, after 22 years of service, I decided to switch careers and began working in the telecommunications industry. And then I went on to study computer network systems, and I worked up until recently. All my life, I've never been seriously ill or hospitalized for anything other than tonsillectomies. I had two babies, childhood asthma, and when I was a young child, not as an adult, I just had the regular sinus and seasonal allergies. I've never been shy about physical activity. I was a majorette. I tried to run track. I worked out, joined fitness clubs. It didn't do much good. Loved to walk, play softball, music, dance, partying, just being active. But on January 2017, life changed for me. I've always suffered with back, neck, and shoulder pain because of a Jeep accident from an old on the job injury while I was working at the post office in the late 80s. So I had extensive therapy, enough bouts that my tolerance to pain was high. And in cold weather, the back pain would always flare up regular symptoms, except this time it was excruciating, a lot of pain, so much that I couldn't even straighten up my back. I'll never forget, it was a Friday evening after a long commute home from Sterling, Virginia, where I worked at the time. So my remedy when I got home was to get in a hot tub with Epsom salt, follow that up with a heat pad and naproxen for the pain. Only this time when I tried to sit down in that tub of water, something cracked in my spine. I was in so much pain. So I got out and laid down and fell asleep. But when I woke up around midnight, I could barely move my legs. It was difficult. Then I realized this time it wasn't just my bad back. I panicked immediately and I called my sister friend Pat. She called my son and they took me to the emergency room at Washington Hospital Center where I was diagnosed with multiple myeloma. When the attending ER physician told me, we both were in a state of shock. I couldn't relate because nobody in my immediate family or even a distant relative had cancer. My exposure had been with close friends I supported as their loved ones suffered, eventually died, and it was a long, hard process for many of them. So that part I knew, but I honestly was frightened. I recall the attending ER physician said that an oncologist would be coming in and could further explain and that I would be admitted and staying for a while. And shortly after I was flanked by oncologists and hematologists who came in and spoke with me about this type of cancer, multiple myeloma. They talked about how they planned the treatment and involved and told me what to expect. They discussed long-term options of having a bone marrow transplant. But I would have to be willing to follow their treatment plan, make all my appointments. My God, I had many challenging days when it seemed like a lot. Making those appointments, having a port put in my chest, changing my eating habits, paying attention to my blood pressure, temperature, learning how to walk safely, bathing myself, and for a while I was incontinent. I had to wear adult diapers, and I mean, it was life changing. But whatever I had to do, it was important to keep on moving and accept my challenge day to day. I was blessed with great doctors. My labs were improving, and I was cleared for the bone marrow transplant in August 2017 at the Lombardi Cancer Institute inside of Georgetown Hospital. The nurse navigators and the social worker, and Joanne, I don't know if she's here, but if she's here, she's the best. They prepared me, and I was cleared for the transplant, and the chemo was the hardest. And overall, the transplant was a success. I was blessed and able to use my own blood stem cells. The collection that they gathered was enough, and they were able to store away some in case I needed a second bone marrow transplant. And I guess the other speakers will get into all of that later. But for time, I'm just going to move along. And my philosophy is just to live each day that I'm given. My motivation is caring for my grandson, his name is Harvey, 7, and a greater determination to prove my mother that I am not a quitter, because she used to always tell me, never be a quitter. And doctors tell you there's no cure, it's a terminal disease, and that's real terminology, but I have unfathomable faith, the kind that tells me one day it could be a breakthrough to cure and even prevent multiple myeloma. And that's where I'm going to say amen. And my closing remarks is for someone that I love very dearly. And I'll be real brief with this. I'm good? Okay, I'm timing myself. For all we know, I can't explain to you all why I'm so positive and grateful, except to attribute all to God, my companion, my physician, my counselor, and whom I trust above all else. I feel like going on. You know that hymn? Each morning is a new day. My gratitude is to the doctors, the social workers who were there, especially my son, and his name is Don, and my best friend, Sister Pat. I don't know if she made it because she had car trouble today. She busy all the time. Anyhow, my circle of love, and you need that, friends and family, they're here today. And it was a lot of support, and it still is. But the most important is that I'm present in the right now, being part of the solution, living life each day. And when I get an overwhelming feeling, which they come, about the future, I stop and remember God is already there. And then in my inner ear, I hear these lyrics, and it's an old tune, and I love R&B, so, and jazz. I like them mixed together. His name is Will Downing. Some of y'all know about him, but you don't got to say so. And he has a rendition of For All We Know. And it goes, before you go, make this moment sweet again. We won't say goodnight. I'll hold out my hand, and my heart will be in it. For all we know, this may only be a dream. We come and we go like a ripple in a stream. So love me in the now, I'm so. But he says tonight. You know where he was going with that late. Tomorrow was made for some, but tomorrow may never come, for all we know. So with that, I'm going to end here, and I'm going to sing out to my brother, rest in peace, George Lane. Amen.